Welcome back, hi. We are continuing to look through Swingo, and last time, um, quite a number of puzzles fell on the floor that I just wasn't able to solve. I've had some time now to look at them, and I think I've got a lot of them. So we're gonna start. The oldest one like that is this, and weirdly, it's the only one that I have not been able to come up with anything for. So, it's still sitting there. So if we go into room number 2, there was this little area in the back, someplace. Where'd I leave it? Over here, where we had a bunch of things that were more complicated puzzles, and I didn't know what they were. 5 of them left in here. I think I can get them all. So this is do an insertion of one letter, because it becomes a 4, on sun. I think that is song. Then to that, tell me a synonym, 4 letters, and I think that is tune. And then do a phonetic reversal or a phonetic synonym, but I think it becomes newt. Right. Good. This one, phonetic extension and literal semantics extension on note. Notation? Ah, that's the only note I wasn't able to, because it is an NOTE. It's not a literal thing, so it doesn't have an E in it. Good. Tribunal, we have this thing we weren't able to get. So cold, do a phonetic deletion on it to get cole, C-O-L-E. Then do a rhyme, I think that was. So roll, R-O-L-E, and then tell me a homophone. Not roll. Okay. Not that. Okay. This one is the word water followed by a synonym of water. And if something is plain, that it is level. Yeah, there we go. 2 more to get. Was it this one? Yeah. So winced, and then I think this is due a change of letters, and I think that ends up being minced. And then delete a letter, which is mind, and then reverse to get denim. Right. Okay. I'm going to leave this one for the time being. And we're going to go back into area 3, which is over this way. And we're going to follow this path up again, because this is all the things that we did. So this one was, tell me a synonym of emerge, starting with H, having to do with pirates. And, I mean, they are synonyms, but I was never going to think of it that way. Hatch, right. Okay. Then continuing up here. What was the next thing that we had? These are all done. Cheese, cabbage, we got this one. So this one was, tell me a noise that a cheer team makes that is a sound change on rudely, 4 letters, and I think that is root. And then tell me a food that is a synonym of that starts with P. The best I can do is potato, although those are not synonyms. Because a potato is kind of a sort of an example of a root, except not really. It's a tuber, and I don't get down to the potato of the problem. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I don't know how that works. But that appears to be the answer. Then this one. So, dumb joke, there's a topology reference over here. So, in topology, a mug is considered to be identical to a donut. I ended up editing this out just because I didn't get anywhere with it. And I didn't solve it. So the reason why is that in topology, things are identical. If, for example, if you make the one thing out of modeling clay, if you don't have to poke through to make a new hole or squish together to close up a hole. And so the space for your hand in the in the handle of the mug, if you reform the rest of the clay around that open space, you can make a donut. So this is almost certainly donut because that is the stereotypical topology joke. And that's the math reference. This is the math section. Then do a bottom purple on it, make some sort of a part swap. I am assured there is such a thing as a sconut, but that's not it. So I don't know what you get if you swap out part of a donut for something else. So that's going to wait. Then these are done, these are done, these are done. All of this is done, I think. And what we found was that there were a bunch missing. So there are 10 more. So sconut is the only one that I didn't solve in this area, or the thing that is not sconut. So there are 9 more puzzles to find. And therefore, no, this counter is not just everything that's on that path. It's going to be something to do with this area. So now I need to find 9 more puzzles. There are 2, I think, maybe 1 over here. So let's see, is this 1 or 2? This is 1. You have got to be kidding me. How am I supposed to solve this? Okay, so there's stuff on the side. So we're going to start with this. So we're starting with cut liver. So now we're going to do a phonetic deletion of this into a 5-letter word starting with C. That is cover. Okay. Then we do a letter change on cover. Okay. There are and we're keeping the R. There's the R. But we could be changing like literally all the other letters. So I don't know. Now, in order for this to be fair, I think it has to be a fairly minimal change. So, cower or something? I don't know. Then the next thing is a semantic brown on that word. So if I start with, I end up with. So from cover. Oh, there's our plus sign from last time. That's much clearer. So if I start with cover, do a letter change, and I end up with a word starting with F and ending in E. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing is coming to mind. Maybe we can pick it up again later. So the next thing is we're going to add, presumably, 1 letter to this. So we're going to add 1 letter to that 6-letter word because that's a 7-letter word. Okay. Then we take that 7-letter word and we do a rearrangement of it to get a 10-letter word starting with I. Great. We take that thing, it develops into a 6, and that 6 does something phonetic, either a homophone or a reversal, or I take these 6 things as letters. That seems unlikely. So this is either a homophone or a phonetic reversal. All of those banana sandwiches is supposed to give me a 7 starting with P. Okay, so here's the thing. I find it really difficult to believe that that's going to be a phonetic reversal, because that's a long word. Like, from the original Lingo game, funny and enough was the longest example, and I don't know that there's another example. So I have to assume the last step is a homophone. So it's going to be some word like this, where there's a homophone of it. How funny would it have been if it had been filter? Anyway, so that's that thing. I have no freaking idea beyond cover what that is. But well, I gotta find more of these. Okay. Right, there was all kinds of stuff. Oh no, I seem to have got myself boxed in. Um, there's these. Okay, because we did this as well. Okay, so let's look at this. This I think is so. This is brown. Is it child? Whoopsie. No. Letter. I will take a letter on that bottom brown. Thanks. A. CILD. Yeah, I don't know what that word means. So I am going to shamelessly try to reference it. So if I just type CILD, and because it's going to try to correct my spelling, I'm going to put it in quote marks into Google. Is an Old English term for a high-ranking nobleman. An early form of the word child. So, adult? ADULT. Okay, sure. I don't know if that works, but sure. So now this is a green. IB? IB. So what word am I looking for up? UP? E? But also this is a top green. UP. IB. There's nothing, yeah, it's just that block. UP. Letter E. I B? Well, that's no. That is not that. That's wrong. Because the other checkers were both of the things simultaneously. This is a white chained to a red. So that's not what this is. That's not the way the other ones have worked. Okay, then this one is magenta. Oh, so it is the thing that's in the strawberry tutorial. It is both a sound of and an example of a clock. Okay. Okay, there's more back here, I think. Yeah. Is this a gift? Neighbor Knight. Arrive on site A. What in the world is this? Okay. So, if we, does it have glass behind it? Childbirth aid. Oh no. What is this? Okay. So it's a 5-3. So, this is green or brown. Because it's clearly on the ground. I'm taking a letter in this nonsense. L. So, leave? I don't know. Okay. So then this, with the white, is brown and purple. How about Labor Day? A rhyme of neighbor. So it's a red block purple and blue black day. Labor Day. That is what it is. Why? So Labor Day. Then this with the black, childbirth aid. Yes. Okay. So that is a synonym of childbirth and then a phonetic rearrangement of aid to make day. To make day. This I don't understand. Arrive on site. Labored. A. Yeah, I don't know this, but the other ones are perfectly clear. Okay? Onwards. It leads me back to the path. But there's another bizarre thing over here. Fearful Padawan. Oh no. So Fearful Padawan becomes Jedi? Why is it fearful? Don't all Padawans become Jedi? What is this? Why did I never see that before? Anyway. Okay. Don't they all? Anyway. Then it's a phonetic reversal. So Idedge? That's weird. Is there a bunch of bang bang bangs to say? No, there isn't. Idedge. Ooh. Then something middly and literal happens to, or semantic happens to it. So it's either a synonym or an antonym. Idedge. Oh gosh. And then this is a phonetic insertion. All of this is supposed to be C. Fearful Padawan becomes... Well, let's try putting that into the Google machine. Okay, I'm going to try that, and I'm going to put quote marks around it, because that's got to mean something. So it looks like Fearful Padawan. I can't really tell if it's like a proper phrase that it's supposed to be something. So what I keep seeing is that Imri, which would also work, Imri. If it's Imri, IMRI, then what happens in this step is that it gets phonetically reversed. Irme. Irme? I'm going to try something. If I put in Mace, what happens? Who was Mace Windu afraid of? Because then the thing is, that can be phonetically reversed. So it becomes same. Then I either need a synonym of same or an antonym of same, which then gets something put on front of it because, I don't know, alike, identical. Uh-huh. Okay. So how many things do we still have to find? Six. One of them is this horrible thing over here. One of them is our fearful Padawan. One of them is this. So that's three. There's three more to find someplace. Oh, this is one. It's another bonkers... What is that? Okay. S-E-I... Oh, science. Okay. So that is a brown. What does this become? Science. Or... huh? That ain't science. S-E-I-E-N-S. And once again, the internet has never heard of this. Okay, so that's a thing. So the word that this becomes is like Old English or some dang thing. Then gets a synonym starting with A, still plural. Maybe the S we can get rid of. What if I take the S off? S-E-I-E-N. Okay, you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try Wiktionary and see if Wiktionary has ever heard of this. It has not. What if I take the S off? So Wiktionary does have cyan, to say, but then that's not pluralizable because it's a verb. To fall down, to sink, to go to. We have another tailcraft on our hands, folks. Okay, so that has a synonym starting with A, grand, Then we add letters to it to get this word. Then it has an opposite, black, that is this. So a 9-letter word starting with A that has an 8-letter word starting with D that is an opposite. And then we want an anagram of that, of a 9-letter word. It's got a B in it. It's got a B. That's not nothing. All right. So I'm going to do the stupid thing and try throwing this into my word solver and see if there's a hope of me getting this. I kind of doubt it. So D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, S, and contains B. So now what we want from that word is we want something that has an opposite. I mean, nothing jumps out. There is something. I mean, doorbells fits this. And I know doorbells has an anagram that starts with a B. It ain't the best thing, but no, it's not. I would hope he had better taste than that. Okay. Oh, I don't think I've done that one. Oh, nope, nope, nope. There is another thing. This. Scrap. Behind. Right. Up. So that's clearly a green. I. No. Am I doing that right? That's a purple on that. How about ice cap? Woohoo! Pardon me. Okay. Why? I don't know. Don't care, really. Ice cap. I'm on a tree! I'm a bird! No. Ah! Fall down. Okay. If only I knew where it was. Oh, there's this one. Unknown. That has a gigantic flag stuck in it. Unknown? Is this just we need to figure out? That is yeah. What? Unknown. Wait, this is a brown. This is a bottom brown. Discovered? Cool. Hey. There we go. Then this has 4 left. Oi, Gewalt. Okay, so now. This is area 3. So it feels like the correct thing here is to try looking at 4. So, oh, but this is gold. Okay, so we're not going to do this. We're going to leave this area. And we're going to go back into 2. Because in here... Oh, it's also gold. I didn't notice the gold before. So then that makes it clear what the next thing to do is, and that is to go to the mine. That's the next thing to do. So let's see if we can't figure out a little bit about what is happening here. Oh. Fascinating. So we didn't look at this area yet. Oh, this is bonkers. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. Because a thought has occurred to me. Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. So far, we have seen 3 panel colors. which I've been calling white, black, and red. Okay? We've seen 3 panel colors. The panels that we see in here are this dark gray, pink, and dark red, which is what you get when you mix those colors together. So, what this is telling me to do is to do both a white and a black of this thing. So this is dash TO something OT. Oh, tooth sats. So this is that. Stash tooth sats. SATs. Because it is both a white and a black. Okay. So this is a phonetic puzzle. And it is either black or red panel. So in traditional colors, it's either white or green. So is this just 8E? 80. 80. I don't know why that works. So it's phonetic, black and green, AT. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So this is phonetic, white and black. All right. Tire law. All right. Tire law. So, yeah. This is a white panel and a red panel. So it's black and green. KO run. KORUN. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Okay, this looks perfectly normal. So it is a semantic puzzle that is black and red paneling. So red and magenta. Wall. Brick. It is a part of a wall, and it is also a kind of wall. Okay. So now this, maybe it's a red panel and it's a white panel, and it's a middle and it's a bottom, and now I have to figure out how that works. So this is either black and brown, or it's purple and green. I like black-brown better. So if that's black-brown, is it just calf? So it's a black-brown checker. This is the way we're checkering things on the panel colors. Okay. So... Oh, okay. So yeah. This is referencing the palindrome thing, which is a white-black checker. Okay. Then this is a top white-green checker. So the interpretation of that would be, I guess, tell me another alphanumeric sequence that is a homophone of this. Okay. Then this is a phonetic black-green checker. So is it "and you are okay"? And you are okay. And you are okay. There we go. Woof. Okay, so this is a brown black. So then this is semantic. It's either a white brown or it's a yellow green. Forward makes it feel like it's a green. So this is a yellow green? Forward. Oh, so you take the thing that's in front of you and you rearrange it. So this is a jigsaw puzzle. It makes an apple. Good grief. It is the land of bizarre checkers. Okay. Critter session. So this is a phonetic yellow-purple. Restriction? Wow. I don't know. I don't even know how that works. It's just sort of a kind of a thing, except it's not really. I don't know. Okay. So, net off. Same thing. So this is like a split checker. Oh my god. Okay. So that is those two. So it's either white, purple, or black, yellow. Often? Hey. Yeah, I'm not sure how that goes. I don't know how that works. Hey, manidi. Okay. This is literal. And it's clearly a magenta. It's magenta red. Overbuy. Overbeg. Overbid. Cool. This valley. It is an all semantic puzzle, and it's either blue green or black magenta. Well, it's got to be black magenta. Mountain. Okay. Kind of an opposite. This full of awe. Black, brown, but partially literal, partially or else purple green. Oh, I don't like that. Awful. I'm doing this entirely based on vibes. I don't know why these are right. I honestly don't. I don't feel like I'm solving. I feel like I'm just very good at guessing. Okay, then this is a combination white, brown, or yellow, green. Okay, lays and lays. Then this, whispers, is a combination red and green or magenta and white. Is it just whispers? Yes. Okay. And then this, the mind. So that is red, black, or black, white. Pardon me, red, black, or blue, white. The mind. The mind. Cool. Okay, so I did that without adding to my list of holes to plug. So then also in this area is this thing down here that is supposed to teach me what the gold blocks do. But I've been here pounding away at this for quite a while. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to wait and to do this one next time. So I will think some more about the puzzles that I was not able to solve. Although, no guarantee, especially with some of those really bizarre chains and things. We'll just sit by the fire for a minute. So yeah, I will keep thinking of trying to come up with answers to that. I've been thinking of the breakfast puzzle from Area 1. And tell you what, through the magic of editing, here it is again. And so, what we want is, we want something that is a part of breakfast in the semantic sense. That will be a 5-letter word starting with G. Then, what we want is a synonym of that, which could be any length. And then that's going to go into a phonetic puzzle. And since this is only in this, we're taking some of the sounds away, but the answer that we get at the end starts with G. So it's a phonetic deletion on a synonym of this. And so that's it. We're up to 154. I think this thing has some 200. It has 235. So we've got like 80 puzzles left to go. So we're getting there. We're grinding our way through. We're getting stuff done. I don't know that this has gone down any. Maybe it hasn't. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I always love it when people do that. I appreciate it because I know it's a lot to ask. Please leave a comment to let me know what you think. If there is a hint that you can give for that breakfast puzzle, then add some extra lines, give it spoiler space. Click the like and subscribe. I would appreciate it because it helps me to be seen by other people. And that's how I get to spread around the internet like the world's friendliest virus. I will be cycling through the rest of the games. We're getting back to a regular schedule. Once we're done with this, the next stop I think is going to be Wires, because we've now done one thing that is like all meta puzzles. We did Forward. There's this, which is an alt rules map. The I'm just going to throw new stuff at you kind of map is the third other main kind of map. There are also things like parkour maps and things like that, but I don't want to do those. So we're going to go to Wires, and then we're going to loop back around to Code 2, I think. We don't have all that many maps left to go through in order to be able to get to 100. So, I mean, it's still going to take me some time, but it's kind of exciting that I'm getting progress. Yeah, so I will see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again. Goodbye.